Welcome to 英会話 Live, where we study and use English while having a great time. The target of this show is to not only teach English that's great for conversation, but also give viewers the chance to use English in real time. First, we listen and repeat English questions that are great for conversation. Then, you have 4 minutes to write your answer to each question in the chat. Lastly, you have 4 minutes to write a new question in the chat by changing my question. We study and practice 3 questions in each show. Viewers who share an idea in one video in a month are 365 Language Planet Samurai. Viewers who share an idea in 5 videos in a month are 365 Language Planet Daimyo. Viewers who share an idea in 10 videos in a month are 365 Language Planet Shogun / Ohime-sama. We have Eikaiwa live shows every Thursday and Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Japan Standard Time. And Let's Speak English, Espanol, Nihongo live on Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Japan Standard Time. So, if you haven't already, please subscribe and join the show. I look forward to studying and using languages with you soon. Good evening and welcome to Eikaiwa Live, Unit 24, Section C. Now, before we look at this month's Samurai and Daimyo, I will have a special announcement at the end of tonight's show, so please watch until the end. So, this month's Samurai and Daimyo are K.E. Takanona, Y.O. Charming, K. Workshop, Take Agnor, and those are the daimyo, so way to go. And then in the samurai, we have Kan Mama, Hiromi Okada, Takeshi, and Yamamoto, A. Highbridge, Koguma Hikari, and Hong Konger. So way to go, everyone. Nice job. If you want to become a samurai, all you need to do is share an idea in the video. So, let's begin. The first question of tonight's show is, what activities make you happy? So please listen and repeat. What activities make you happy? One more time. What activities make you happy? All right, so now please write your answer in the chat. I'll start the timer. So you have 4 minutes. Okay, so what activities make you happy? Please write your answer in the chat. I would say, for me, there are many activities that make me happy. For example, drinking with great friends is one of the activities that makes me very happy. But how about you? What activities make you happy? Please write your answer in the chat. Another activity that makes me happy is talking to new people. I love to meet new people, different people, and talk to them and learn about where they live and what they like to do. How about you? What activities make you happy? Please write your answer in the chat. And if you're just joining the show, good evening. Right now we're sharing ideas about what activities make you happy. Please write your answer in the chat. And, I'm sure, there are many activities that make you happy. And so in this kind of situation, I recommend saying like one activity that makes me happy is, or another activity that makes me happy is. I think, one of the most important activities that makes me happy is taking a good rest. I think taking a good rest is so important to making me happy. But how about you? What activities make you happy? Please tell me by writing your answer in the chat. I think one activity that makes me happy is exercising, too. Okay, Take Agnor, thank you for joining tonight's show. Taking a walk in the morning makes me happy. Very nice. Nice idea. That's great. I should ride. I should take a walk in the morning more often. K Workshop, thank you for joining tonight's show too. Riding off-road motorcycle makes me happy. That's great. I'm happy to hear that. I bet singing karaoke makes you happy too. All right, great. What activities make you happy? Please, enjoy using English by writing your answers in the chat, and no pressure. Okay, Workshop says you are right. I know you very well. All right, Hiro T, thank you for joining tonight's show too. The activity which makes me happy is definitely reading. I'm not surprised. I think that great. Very nice. Good answer. Nice work. All right. Well, if you're still typing, please continue, and please feel free to share your idea anytime during the show. All right, but now we're going to move on to the next section. So this time, please write a new question in the chat by changing my question. I'll start the timer, so you have 4 minutes. All right, so you have 4 minutes to write a new question in the chat by changing my question. My question was, what activities make you happy? So now you can enjoy using English by trying to make a new question in the chat by changing my question. So I think, an interesting one is, for a lot of people, music makes them happy. So, if you want to talk about music, an interesting question would be, what kind of music makes you happy? Same with activities. You could say, what kind of activities make you happy? What kind of music makes you happy? But yeah, as I always say, please enjoy using English, and you can make any kind of question you want to make. If you want to, you can even talk about drinking. What kind of drinks make you happy? It's okay too. That's an interesting question. All right. K Workshop says, what drink makes you drunk the most? Well, what drink makes you drunk the most? Great question. I think probably tequila. I think probably tequila makes me the most drunk, but other drinks, like shochu, like drinking shochu on the rocks, can make me drunk too. Because I love drinking shochu on the rocks, and I can drink a lot, and so it can be very dangerous if I'm not careful. So maybe tequila, number one, and number two, shochu on the rocks. How about you, K Workshop? What drinks make you the most drunk? All right. K Workshop says tequila and whiskey are dangerous. Yes, definitely. Whiskey is very dangerous for me too. But I think it's like whiskey on the rocks. Um, it's dangerous. When a cold drink is a little bit easier to drink, and so you can drink it faster. It's more dangerous. Yeah, great, nice idea. All right, anyone else? Let's try to enjoy using English by writing new questions. Um, you know, Hiroti, you like books? You might say, what kind of books make you happy? Or what kind of books make you the most happy? Okay, Lyle says, what kind of food makes you happy? Nice. Oh, and sorry, Lyle, thank you for joining tonight's show. I would say many kinds of food make me happy, but maybe the food that makes me the most happy nowadays is peanuts. I love peanuts. It's kind of crazy, interesting. How about you, Lyle? Takanona, thank you for joining tonight's show. It says, what activities make your mom happy? Uh, so, uh, Con Mamas, thank you for joining tonight's show. What song makes, I just at S, what song makes you happy? Great question. Um, so, going back to Takanona's question, I think, for my mom, I think maybe shopping, walking, and looking at houses, I guess, makes her the most happy. Well, so we're a little bit different when it comes to happiness. But yeah, great question, Takanona. How about your mom? Come, Mama says, what song makes you happy? Many songs make me happy. I love listening to music to cheer me up, and so it's a tough question. Many songs. One of my favorite songs is "Happy" by Pharrell Williams. I think his name is. How about you, come, Mama? All right. Well, let's move on to the next question of tonight's show, which is: did you do any fun activities this weekend? So please listen and repeat. Did you do any fun activities this weekend? One more time. Did you do any fun activities this weekend? All right. So now please write your answer in the chat. I'll start the timer. You have 4 minutes to write your answer in the chat. Did you do any fun activities this weekend? Please write your answer in the chat. One really fun activity I did this weekend was playing tennis for the first time in a long time at a tennis club near my home. Um, tennis is kind of a challenging sport for me. but I've been playing. I know maybe this year I played about 4 or 5 times and practice a lot. And yeah, I feel like my skill at tennis is improving. Finally, I can serve the ball pretty good, and so I'm very happy about that. And I don't have too much muscle pain today. So that was one of the fun activities I did this weekend. But how about you? Did you do any fun activities this weekend? Please write your answer in the chat. All right, Takesh, thank you for joining tonight's show. I rented a DVD and watched it. That sounds great. Yeah, I've been, my family and I, we watched a movie this weekend too called Red One. It's kind of a funny Christmas movie. So that's, it was a good movie. Takesh, did you enjoy the movie you watched? I mean, I guess you did because, it was a fun activity for you. So that's great. All right, Takanona says, yesterday I went to the movies, and today I went to a day spa and had a great time. That's great. Sounds like a very nice weekend. Yeah, I think, going to the movies, going to a day spa. Wow, sounds like a very happy and relaxing weekend. Did you do any fun activities this weekend? Please write your answer in the chat. My family and I, we tried to go to a Thai restaurant for lunch today, but it was too busy. All right, Hiro T says, yes, I had a delicious lunch with my daughter at the restaurant. Wow, sounds fantastic. Sounds like a very fun activity. Like I said, I watched a DVD about zombies. That sounds exciting. For me, I like zombie movies. Zombie movies are very interesting. Did you do any fun activities this weekend? Please write your answer in the chat. All right, K Workshop says, I rode my new motorcycle yesterday and today. I'm getting used to it. Smart. That's great. It's always good to get used to your new motorcycle. Very nice. It sounds fun. It's a beautiful weekend. Very sunny. Good weather for riding. And Mama says, I'm on the Shinkansen now. I visited to see my granddaughter in Osaka. Holy moly. Sounds like a very busy weekend for you, Kan Mama. Thank you so much for joining the show from the Shinkansen. That's awesome. All right. Well, let's move on to the next section of the show. So this time, please write a new question in the chat by changing my question. I'll start the timer, so you have 4 minutes. Did you do okay? So please write a new question in the chat by changing my question. My question was, did you do any fun activities this weekend? YO says, I went to an Italian restaurant with my family. Sounds fun. Nice idea, YO. Italian food. I love Italian food. Pizza, spaghetti, garlic bread, lasagna, pastas, salads. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. All right, Takesh says, did you read any interesting novels recently? Great question. Not interesting. Actually, I'm reading a new book. I'll be right back. I'll get my new book. All right. So I finally finished my old book, Shogun, and now I'm reading a new book called A History of Japan. Not that far yet. And so this book is sometimes interesting, but it's a good book to read before going to bed. How about you, Takesh? Did you read any interesting novels recently? If this is your first time to join the show, please enjoy using English by writing ideas in the chat. So right now, we are writing new questions in the chat by changing my original question. Okay, Workshop says, did you eat anything delicious this weekend? I ate ramen yesterday. Nice idea. Well, you know what? Tonight, I ate something very delicious. I ate tuna from J.A. Farmers. It was very delicious with the rice. My wife made kind of sushi rice, and we put the cut the tuna and put it on top of the rice. It was great. All right, Hiro T says, did you do any tiring work last week? Great question. Um, I did do some tiring work last week, but I took a great rest before the tiring work, and I took some good rest after the tiring work, so no problem. Very happy. How about you, Hiroti? Takunona says, did you have a good rest this weekend? Great question. I tried my best to take a good rest. Um, so yeah, I think I did a pretty good job. I've always I feel like, you always, it's always good to take, rest breaks. It's so crazy. Like people think, if you work, you need to take a rest break. Sometimes, people think if you work, you need to take a rest break, but not just work, if you live life, you need to take a rest break from time to time. So, yeah, I tried my best. How about you, Takanona? Takesh says, today I read an interesting novel about zombies. Sounds fun and a little scary. Lyle says, did you do any housework this weekend? I did some laundry. So just the usual. Just some laundry and some cleaning, especially kitchen. Cleaning the kitchen and cleaning the dining room table, mostly. How about you, Ayo? I'm sorry if I did. Nice work, nice question. Good job, everyone. Okay, so we're going to move on to the last question of tonight's show, which is, I want to study and use languages more next year. How about you? Please listen and repeat. I want to study and use languages more next year. How about you? One more time. I want to study and use languages more next year. How about you? Okay, so now please write your answer in the chat. I'll start the timer, so you have 4 minutes. I want to study and use languages more next year. How about you? Please write your answer in the chat. I want to study and use languages more next year. How about you? I think a big one for me is especially German. Of course, Japanese and Spanish, but um, I'm very interested in German recently, and so I definitely want to study and use German more next year. How about you? And, it's okay if maybe you don't want to, you might say, I don't want to study and use languages, more next year. I want to relax. I want to relax and sleep more next year. That's okay too. That's okay. And anything's okay. I say, in this show, you can enjoy using English. And however you want to use English, you can do it. All right, Takanona says, me too. I especially want to improve my listening skills. Listening is tough. Yes, I do. All right, Take Agnor says, I agree. I want to study and use English more next year. That's great. K Workshop says, me too. I want to use English more often next year. That's great. Nice ideas. All right. I want to study and use languages more next year. How about you? Please write your answer in the chat. Takesh says, I hope to speak more English next year. That's great. Nice idea. All right, so we got a lot. We got Takanona says, I want to improve my listening skills. Take Agnor, I want to study and use English more. K Workshop says, I want to use English more. And Takesh says, I want to speak more English. That's great. Fantastic. I said I want to study and use languages more. At the same time, I think you could say, I want to, enjoy. I want to enjoy studying and using languages more next year. That's okay too. Yeah. And again, maybe some people, you might say, I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied. It's okay too. I'm satisfied. Or, yeah, it's okay. Anything is okay. All right, Lyle says, I want to study and use English more next year too. Wow, fantastic. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, well, let's move on to the last section of tonight's show. So this time, please write a new question in the chat by changing my question. I'll start the timer, so you have 4 minutes. Okay, so please write a new question in the chat by changing my question. My question was, I want to study and use languages more next year. How about you? So this is a fun question. You can use to kind of think about next year and what you want to do. Like maybe I want to exercise more next year. How about you? Okay, Takesh says, I want to go to more unfamiliar places next year. Sounds fun. That's like my wife's dream too. She definitely wants to go to more unfamiliar places next year. Great idea, Takesh. And yeah, if you're just joining the show, please feel free to share your idea in the chat. Right now, we are writing new questions in the chat by changing my question. My question was, I want to study and use languages more next year. How about you? This is your chance to enjoy using English. All right, so I want to study and use languages more next year. How about you? That was my question. Now, I want you, please try to write a new question in the chat by changing that question. I think, kind of interesting goal might be the, uh, try, I want to try speaking to more people using Japanese, using English, using Spanish. I'm just try. I want to try speaking to more people next year. How about you? Anything is okay. Might say like I want to try cooking more healthy food next year. How about you? Okay, K Workshop says I want to talk with someone who doesn't speak Japanese next year. How about you? Sounds like a great challenge. I guess says, oops, I forgot. How about you? No problem. Nice catch. That's okay. No problem. All right, KU says, I want to have much more romantic time with my boyfriend. Thank you for joining tonight's show, KE. I love your ideas. You always have very nice, interesting ideas. Takanona says, I want to learn more about computers and use them more next year. How about you? Great idea. Yes. Yeah, computers. Another word you can say is, it's more simple. Is technology. Yes, I love technology is amazing, and so if you can, a lot of times, sometimes technology is not so good for you, but sometimes technology is amazing. So I would love to learn more about technology and use technology more to my benefit next year. Okay, great ideas, everyone. Nice work. So now it is time for the special announcement, which is not too special, but a little bit special. So I am starting a new service called Study Buddy, Seikai Ichi no Benkyo Nakama. So this Study Buddy is an online service to make studying and using languages more fun by doing it together. To start using Study Buddy, send the code I love learning to the email address 365englishstudy@gmail.com. That's my email address. And Study Buddy will be free until January 15th, 2025. So don't miss the chance to try it. All right. And if you have questions about Study Buddy, just send the code I love learning to 365englishstudy@gmail.com. And I will tell you more about Study Buddy after receiving your email. I think, when you study and learn languages together, it is so much more fun than by yourself. So that's why I'm creating this kind of Study Buddy thing. All right, Hong Konger, thank you for joining tonight's show. Good evening. I want to study more English, Portuguese, and German next year for becoming a multilingual speaker. Nice idea. Please send me a message. And remember, just the code is I love learning. So that's how I know you want to join the kind of Study Buddy program. Okay, so that's it. That's tonight's special announcement. So thank you so much for joining tonight's show and using English with me. It was very fun. We have this show every Thursday and Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Japan Standard Time. And we have Let's Speak English, Espanol, Nihongo live on Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Japan Standard Time. So if you haven't already, please subscribe and give the show a big thumbs up. I hope everyone has a great night. And if you have time, please send me the message. I love learning. The 365 English Study at gmail.com. Okay, well, I'll see you next time. Have a great night. Bye-bye.